Hi, I'm Jennifer Janet with Coldwell Banker Professional Associates. Today is Quick Tip Tuesday. What happens if the home you're buying does not appraise for the purchase price you've agreed to? If you have a buyer's agency agreement with your agent, then they've likely already provided you with data to support the offer you've made on that home. However, there are some instances when the appraisal comes back and the purchase price is not supported in that appraisal. So if you are getting financing, your contract also likely has that appraisal contingency in there, which would protect you as a buyer in this instance, in which you can renegotiate the price or exit the contract. The purchase agreements we utilize says the following verbiage. I'm going to read it to you word for word. If the appraised value is less than the purchase price, buyer may request a reduction in the purchase price, but not less than the appraised value. Of course, when you submitted an offer, you also inserted dates into that contract. And so there's a deadline in which you must deliver this notice to the seller, and that has to be followed in order for you to be able to utilize this clause. So first, you and your agent will want to review the appraisal to be sure that there are no errors in the information that has been submitted to the lender that may have caused just an accidental error in that report. If you found no errors, then your next step is to, as I mentioned, execute that notice to the seller. So you'll want to let them know that the home hasn't appraised for the purchase price, in which in that instance, the seller then gets to review that appraisal as well and make a decision on whether or not they want to reduce the price as you've requested in that notice. If the seller decides they do not want to reduce the price, you have two options. One, you can terminate the contract and exit that, getting your earnest money back, less any expenses you've already incurred on the property. Or you could proceed with the purchase, which means then you would be paying the difference that appraisal is short to the purchase price. And you'd have to deliver that latter notice to the seller prior to that deadline expiring. Of course, before you do that, I recommend that you have a conversation with your lender to see how that's going to affect the loan type you have and the terms, and just to be sure that everything is going to be kosher on that end before you get yourself further binded to that seller. While all these situations, of course, aren't always very common, and we take precautions to help our clients and give them data to support their offers, it does tend to happen. So of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. An experienced realtor will always go through the process with you ahead of time prior to you making an offer, and they'll know how to guide you and help you navigate through the actual transaction itself. So if I can answer any questions, I'm here to help. Don't hesitate to reach out to me via text or a phone call. And as always, when you think real estate, think Coldwell Banker Professional Associates.